Right, so it's day 5 of the thing, of the driving prohibition, which is like worse than any other prohibition you could have. What's the worst prohibition you think you could have, Shyla? I know, right? There's really nothing. That's the thing. There's nothing. You could think all day long. What, like prohibition from partying? Okay, so you're not allowed to party for 5 months. So they could.
Well, that would be a good thing. That might be like a plus in life. Okay,
like, what if you?
Better.
Like, what if you get drunk to the point where, you know, you're it's a foul, and they say because you've drunk too much tonight, you now cannot party. See right there?
Texting and driving.
That? Sorry, I didn't mean to show a picture of your crotch on TV, but see that is a no driving offense. Watch. Alright, so anyways, I went online. A little thing called the internet. Tells you about yourself, tells you about other people. One thing I noticed on the internet, there's a lot of driving pointer videos out there. Just rub it in. Well, you know what I did find? A little thing called when you lose your driver's license. I figured I'd share this with you in case, you know, because this is an educational video. You know, it might be just me talking into my GoPro from the passenger seat of my van. But it is an educational video. And I found this, and it says, you know, losing your driver's license can be emotionally difficult. It can be emotionally difficult. ICBC. The strain that is on my emotions right now. Feel like I'm not going to do it, but I feel like I want to kick a puppy or steal candy from a kid or you know, feed a seagull bleach on a piece of bread. I'm grieving. Losing your driver's license can be emotionally difficult, especially if you have known the pleasure of sitting behind the wheel of a car. I know the pleasure of sitting behind the wheel of a car. Every day I drive, and I smile when I drive. I'm like, I'm so happy to be on the road. Oh, excuse me as I speed by you to try and get by you, slow driver, like every other person on the road. A driver's license means so much more than the privilege to drive. True, I agree. For many, it is a symbol of our independence as an individual nation, as a human nation that I am. It's a symbol of freedom. Freedom! And it's a symbol of identity. Who am I? ICBC has ripped the very fabric from my soul. They have ripped my identity. Who am I? Where am I? Whoa. What am I doing here? Why am I in the passenger seat of my car? Don't you see how messed up I am? Losing the ability to drive means big changes in your life, man. Big changes are here to stay. So, you know what? Instead of whining about it, which I've been doing for the last 3-4 days, I'm going to take a proactive approach to this. I'm really going to see what it's like to have your privilege, your identity, your freedom, your independence taken away from you. I'm going to see how the other half live. That's all I can do. Okay, so like I said, it's my first day of really experimenting and finding out what sort of a privilege it really is to drive. Like, come on, what kind of a privilege is it to drive? I mean, when you're 16, it's a huge privilege. You know what I mean? You turn 18, you're already used to driving. That's just kind of your thing, right? You get to like 30-ish, 40, whatever. It's just normal. This is part of life. You know, you speed a little bit. You know, you eat and drive a little bit. This is what you do. It's what you do. Right? So now that I'm not able to drive, I am going to do something I never, ever anticipated doing again in my life. taking the bus. Oh yeah. I'm nervous, man. I don't even know how much it costs to get on the bus. I think I got enough, like fucking $6 to get on the bus. It's gotta be okay. Going from a minivan to a bus is kind of like going from a donair to a breakfast burrito. You know what I mean? It's kind of like going from owning a dog to owning a cat that doesn't even talk to you. You know what I mean? No. It's kind of like, playing with strawberry shortcake dolls and this moving on over to Treasure Trove. You know what I mean? That's all good. That's a bad example. But anyways, I'm gonna give it a shot. Here comes the bus now. Wish me luck.
Let it go, can't hold it back anymore. Let it go, turn away and slam the door. I don't care what they're going to say. Let the storm rage on. Cold never bothered me anyway.
Excuse me, how much is it to get on the bus? This is my first time ever on a bus.
It's $2.75.
Is it $2.75?
Oh, here, I just take that.
Okay,
Yeah,
thanks. Going, this is the bus. Stressed. I'm stressed to the max. I gotta get off here. I just can't handle this. All right, well, there goes the experiment on the bus. I have 5 more months of not having my driver's license. So this is gonna happen again. This was a great start though. 30 seconds. How do you get off? Oh, you good? Thank you, driver. Appreciate that. Yeah, that was just way too much. I was having a panic attack. I was getting nervous. I just couldn't do that. That was just way too much, man. All right, so I'm gonna have to figure out something else. That bus trip, that was like the roughest bus trip I've ever been on. I can't do that anymore. That guy was looking at me like, you don't belong here. You belong in a minivan. And I'm like, I know I belong in a minivan. I know.